Okay, welcome to KenDunnLeadership.com. We're going to spend a couple minutes right now and share some thoughts on how you can actually control the direction of your life. Doesn't that sound like an exciting thought? So many people in life today meander through their existence just wondering how to get on the right track. You know, we all have these dreams about where we want to go. We all have these thoughts about what we'd like life to be like when we get there. But ironically, or frustratingly, most of us just can't really figure out how to get on our right track. There's one comment or thought I want to share with you that's probably going to help you to get on the right track and truly take control. Here's the thought. You ready? Where you came from is totally going to affect where you're going. You know, I've read over 300 books in the last 5 years, and it really did start me on my journey towards leadership and fixing my own life. And one of the books that's impacted me the most, especially in the beginning when I first started on this leadership journey, was a book by Joel Osteen. It's called Becoming a Better You. Now, of course, clearly by the title, you can get an idea of what Pastor Joel was talking about in this book. But in one of the chapters, he delves into a subject that touched my heart and, frankly speaking, changed my reality. There is a chapter in that book that Joel dedicated completely to helping you to understand how your life and your upbringing and your connection to your parents could affect your future. You know, often when we hear people talking about the word heredity, the first thing that comes to mind is a connection to a disease or to an illness. But Pastor Osteen in the book, he actually talks about the fact that most things about you are the direct link or fallout, not wrong word to say, connection to your parents and to their parents, to the people who walked before you. Hey, listen, have you ever as a parent or an adult had this brief second in time where you were saying something or doing something or acting some way, and the very minute it happens, you're stopped dead in your path and you go, oh my God, I'm my mother, or I'm my father. Or as a child, do you remember years ago being frustrated at your parent for something they said to you or acted towards you or said, and you said, man, when I grow up, I'm never going to do that. But yet it happens. You see, heredity and the influence that we have in our lives because of our parents and the environment that we grew up in has a more profound impact on you today than you could possibly imagine. Now listen, this isn't going to be a rant that attacks your parents or mine, because I love my parents and I'm sure you love yours, but it's a reality. The path that you're on right now, where you're going in your life, there are direct connections to where you've been, to the influence your environment and your heredity, your parents, have had on you. Let me give you some real life examples. In my policing days, I worked in a police department with over 1,000 officers, and you would not believe the amount of police officers on the job whose parents were police officers, their father, their grandfather. It was an entire lineage of cops. Or do you know anybody who's a doctor, whose mother is a doctor, whose grandmother is a doctor? You get the point. And unfortunately, my time in law enforcement also proved positive that people who live lives of crime often are affected that same way. Well, if you'd like to change the direction of your life and snap out of that heredity trap, Pastor Osteen says that you can actually break that trend. See, I realized this reading his book, that so many things that were going on in my life were literally the exact same things that were going on in my father's life and my grandfather's life and my great-grandfather's life. And I wanted to change it. Well, as soon as I realized that that was the cause, or that's why I was heading in a certain direction, it allowed me to find a way to break the trend. Hey, in other videos on the site, you're going to have a chance to learn about the 2 E's, a real roadmap that I use to keep my life on track, and how you can use those things in your own life. You're also going to have lessons in how to understand how reading can play an instrumental part in making that shift. But the bottom line is, in this short, brief period of time together, I just want you to walk away with an understanding that whichever direction you're going in your life right now, there is a clear impact in that direction by what you've been through in your life, the influence your parents and guardians have had on you, and that understanding that you can truly start to make changes and move in the directions that you choose. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Come back to the site often. We're going to post lots of great information. Have a fantastic day.